We back with another interview, another great artist in here. You know, bangers after bangers. We don't miss. Nasty Collective YouTube channel, bro. And with that all being said, we got someone great in the house. He's been here before, but we gotta rehash some stuff because you know food be staying popping. And yeah, let's talk a little bit about what's going on. So give it up for my homie, the man, Gifo. What's up, Gifo?
Thank you, man. Just chilling, dude.
Hey.
Getting ready for some really cool stuff.
Hell yeah. Yeah, see, because we've done an interview before. It's just the fact that, like, you know, when shit be popping out here and you be doing a lot of shit, it's kind of good to, like, rehash some stuff and, like, get, you know, re-familiar with you, you know?
Hell yeah.
Especially, like, you got a little bit of a new audience, you know, because, like, what you have been doing in the past year, and I think the last interview was March of last year. So, it's been a little minute, you know?
Yeah.
But how's it been, man? You know, the past year, how's it, you know, how's it feel?
Man, just trying to stay busy, but meaningful busy, you know what I mean? Impactful things, things that can further what I want to do. And it's been great, man. I've had a lot of good opportunities. Shout out to my bro, Psychedelic Sidekick. He took me around the region. Got to play different places, different states now, Minneapolis, Omaha, Sioux Falls, Des Moines. So it's been really cool.
Nice.
Been working on stuff with AM Mixes and some other people from Deadstock in Des Moines. Shout out to Johnny Mars as well.
Hell yeah.
Been fucking making music with Crisis.
Yes, sir.
Just did a joint with my guy Why Not out of Lincoln, originally from around here. Eddie North, Jay Influential, C10, just like so many cool fucking people, man.
Yeah.
Like, it's been fun, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
That's a whole roster right there for sure.
yeah, man.
You know?
Just a network of dope people that, you know, share the vision. But again, like a lot of this just goes back to my boy Psych. Always put me in spots to win, man, and always grateful for that, dude.
And that's what's up that you give him a shout out like that because you don't forget about like who was there for you, you know?
Can't, man. You just can't do it. You know, you got to work hard and you got to do things for you, but it does take, you know, people supporting, man, and just like seeing the vision, and just working together. Ultimately, that's going to be the most beneficial thing.
I heard someone say before, you can do it alone and, you know, you'll stay solid. You know, you do your own way, do it your own way, do it alone, and you'll do it fast.
Yeah.
You'll make it fast. But if you do it with others and you have a team, you'll last longer. So it's like, you know, you're giving one up and you're taking the other, you know, it depends on what route you take. And that's just something I heard. And I feel like I've seen that a lot too. Even with myself, you know, doing this shit alone, it's like, if I'm not motivated enough to do it, the shit falls off.
Right.
You know?
Because you only have yourself to lean on, I guess, in a way. And some people are like self-motivated, you know, they can do that, but I definitely benefit and thrive on just like that friendship that could feed off of, you know what I mean, and just bounce ideas off of that. It's constantly challenging you to, you know, grow and be better. And I love that, you know what I mean? Even like, you know, even with us, you know, like working with each other and like, you know, pushing each other to keep, all right, let's level up this next one. Let's do this next thing. Let's make it better. Let's do this and that. Like, it's always good, you know?
And if you see from the first music video we made together, Smoke, you know, shout out that song. Again, I said this in the last one, but check that shit out. That shit dope as fuck. But yeah, if you see that last music video we did, and if you see the one we recorded recently, which, spoiler a little bit, but we made a music video recently. And that shit's in the works right now, and that shit's being fucking polished off real quick. So that shit's here to, you know, it's gonna be here soon. That shit, compared to the first one, bro, oh my lord, like
cooking with gas now,
bro. And speaking of that music video, and speaking about how you were saying when you have someone there, you know, you're working with, it kind of pushes you harder, you know, it kind of pushes you to like be the best you know, because you're seeing other people do what you're doing. So I have a homie named Vision. Shout out Vision.
Shout out to Vision.
Vision was there, you know, we were doing a music video together, collaborating on that shit. He came to me and he told me, bro, I just want to make some beautiful shit. I just want to make some creative stuff. So that's what we're doing. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I was like, I know some people. We'll see what's up. And So that's what we're out here, you know, trying to do is just make like the nicest shit we can make right now. Absolutely. And like have fun with that shit too, you know? Yeah. Instead of always just like doing this shit for the money, because you know you have to do that shit eventually for the money if you want to make this shit a business. But it's always really fun and like refreshing to have that creativity go into a project without having to worry about like the overcost or the overhead, you know?
Right. I mean, dude, it was a great experience.
Hell yeah.
Also, shout out to Pedro, man.
Yes, sir. Shout out Pedro for sure. Peter out here.
Dude, is it Tess Barbershop, TES?
Yes.
Yeah, man. Shout out to them, man. Check them out. They're on West 7th. Man, great cut.
Yeah, dude, that was really fire, you know, like I was like, what kind of barber are we gonna get that wants to be on film and, you know, do a haircut and shit? Yeah. Hit Peter up, bro. He was fucking down and he's like, yo, that's my boy Gifo. Like,
that's crazy. I didn't even realize you were hitting him up.
Yeah.
Go back, man. We used to work together at Walmart back in the day.
That's what's up.
Yeah, it's crazy because, I mean, dude's following his dreams. I'm doing my thing too. So, I mean, yeah, it just goes to show, like, put that work in, do what you got to do. But eventually, you know, if you have a passion or something you want to go after, just do it, man.
Yeah.
I mean, dude's doing great, and I mean, his skill is unmatched.
Yeah, he's been doing it for a while too, and he finally said, you know, I'm gonna get serious on this shit. Went to school for that shit, graduated, and now he's doing his own thing, you know?
Inspirational.
Speaking about like accomplishments in the past and the future and shit, I want to go back to our interview that we did a year ago, and I picked out a quote from it, right? So I'm gonna read back this quote that you said in that interview, and I want you to let me know a little bit about that here, okay?
Okay.
This year, I do have big expectations,
though. Like, I do want to be able to do things that I haven't done before, go places that I haven't gone. That's dope.
Do you feel like you accomplished a good amount in the year that just passed from that last interview that makes that quote realistic to yourself, where you did accomplish things, you did go places that you haven't went before?
I mean, yeah, those things did happen. And it was definitely cool. Like, just to experience that stuff, it just makes you more hungry in a way, you know, to get more. So I'm never satisfied with, like, you know, what I have, but not in a bad way. Like, you know, like I said, I just want to continue to grow and get more opportunities, right? But yeah, that's crazy that I did say that, because it just doesn't sound like something I would say. But then, like, yeah, but wow, that's dope as fuck. Because, I mean, yeah, I actually, like, probably around that time, I just have like this book, like this journal I keep of like just different things that I do and shit. And like there's like a piece for like goals for the year, and like I was looking at it the other day because I had a bunch of shit that I wrote down, and some of the shit was crossed off, you know, and I was like, that's dope. Like I hit these milestones that I set for myself, which it just feels good to see that like laid out in a way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like something that I wrote down a year ago, like I was like, damn, I was able to do that.
It's tracking your progress there.
Yeah, you know, it's a way to like reinforce it to yourself, kind of, I guess. But yeah, that's cool to hear, because you know, even now, like you know, you go through things, life changes, circumstances change, and you know, like a year ago I could, like, I don't know, like I could just like keep after it for so long. Like I could just like work on new music all the time, like just constantly tapped in. And even like now, sometimes it's hard to find the inspiration, like you were saying, or like to find like that thing. So I'm always like grappling with that, like now, like how do I stay focused? How do I stay locked in? And just those opportunities, that's what really does it for me, is just being able to do those new things and have those new experiences. So that's cool, man. I'm actually surprised I said that, like I said.
Reverb Lounge. Tell me a little bit about Omaha, man.
Dude, I love Omaha, man. All the homies there. And dude, this is 100% true.
Yeah.
Every week, you know, if I check my stats for whatever I got streaming wise, Omaha is always number one.
Damn.
Above Sioux City, above anywhere else.
That's what's up.
Like, they show mad love. Recently, me and Crisis were down there. We split a set for their Mayflower series, and it was a good time, man. You came out with us, caught some flicks, met some people. You did some for Eddie, right? Yeah, shout out to Eddie North, man. My guy, man. He's cool as hell. And yeah, man, it was a good vibe. Like I said, man, shout out to Justin from Nice Enough. Another person that's always put me in good spots and like just good business, man. Just, you know,
a lot of shows,
man. Like, and ultimately, like, what am I doing if I'm not getting the music out there? You know what I mean?
Right.
What better way than live music? So
one of the biggest things that people look into an artist is, can you sell a show? Can you bring tickets?
For sure, man. I mean, if you want to get booked, like, you got to put the work in. So yeah, man, shout out to Justin, always hooking it up.
Like, to add on to that part right there, being at a couple shows that you performed under his name and shit, it's like, he doesn't just say, like, hey, come on through, like, I'll give you a spot. Nah, that fool straight up says, this, like, I might be biased here, but this is one of my favorite artists. You know what I mean? Like, that's how he introduces you. It's not on some, like, little shit where he's just like, hey, you want a show? You can come perform. Nah, that fool really long way fucks with you. Like, yeah.
Yeah, man. I mean, but he has so many people that he is working with,
right?
Like, putting in great spots, and, you know, he does a great job of connecting with, I think, everybody from what I can tell. I mean, yeah, like I said, great dude.
That's what's up.
So yeah, Omaha was a good time. I'm actually gonna be down there again in August. I believe the specific date off the top of my head, I'm baked as fuck right now. August 5th. For the Four Winds Music and Art Festival.
Nice.
Sioux City also has a Four Winds Music and Art Festival going on. Crisis is going to be performing there. Check it out. But yeah, I'll be down in Omaha again in August. So super excited for that.
Nice. Is that your first time at Four Winds?
No, I did Four Winds Sioux City last year.
Okay.
And then I did Four Winds Sioux City the year before that. I did one song with Psych, and then I think I did a song with Brady Raps at that one as well.
Nice.
So yeah, man, I'm really excited to play Four Winds Omaha. It's gonna be a great time.
Yeah,
a lot of other dope artists there. Jay Influential is gonna be there. Faith Freeman, I believe, C10, a bunch of people that I'm not naming.
That's what's up though. That is a nice like time to be at that like Four Winds shit, because there is a lot of like dope ass artists there.
Beyond music too.
For real. Yeah. You just like connections, just, you know, vibing with the audience, and just having homies like in different states is fucking fire, you know.
It really is.
And you pop out real quick, you know, and then you start seeing the other homies from the other states. Like, that's dope. Yeah. And then the other show I wanted to talk to you about is opening up for King ISO.
Man, that was super
Tell me
cool.
about that, man.
Yeah, he just did his Med Call tour, and he stopped through Sioux City. Super dope. I'm a huge King ISO fan. A bunch of friends of mine put me onto him a couple years ago, and he's a big inspiration, man. Like, I mean, you're talking about like the upper Midwest region where we live. Like, he's doing it big, man. He just dropped a new song called My Kids the other day. Fire.
Nice.
He just makes that, like, you know, real touching, like, music, man. Like, that is so relatable in a way that I think a lot of people connect with emotionally. Which is just super dope. But it was awesome, man, being able to do my thing before and make that a good show, and do my part to make that a good experience for everybody, man. And then just watching him live, I mean, always trying to learn, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So whenever I'm watching anybody on any stage, just analyzing, you know, picking up on things, and yeah, true professional, man. It was a great experience.
One thing I noticed about his performance, since you were talking about it there, is at the beginning when he started doing his set, it sounded a little raspy, you know? And he even said, oh man, I think I lost my voice at the other show, you know, last night. And then by the end of it, you couldn't even fucking tell that fool lost his voice, because he must have got it back or something, because it was sounding real nice after that, you know?
Yeah, it's like he broke through that wall of whatever and kind of got it back. Yeah, man, I have 2 little kids and a puppy, so like my voice is always warmed up because I'm, you know, you got to use that dad voice sometimes, like, hey. But yeah, man, I hope one day that I can experience that in a sense, because like, that means you're booked as fuck, man. So yeah, it was dope as hell, man. I'm a big fan of him. Shout out to Tabo too. Tabo was on that tour as well, and he was super dope. I loved a lot of the stuff that they did, man.
Yes.
Super entertaining, super great.
I believe Tabo hit top 10 that week. He was there in Sioux City. He hit top 10 on the charts, so that was pretty fucking dope too. Like, shout out to him for that.
Yeah,
you know, a new artist and everything, or not even new artist, but just a new artist on the charts like that.
Right.
You know, without that much backup behind him. Otis Julius was at the show too, and that was pretty fire, bro. Like, you you know, shout out Otis, because he's always putting me in some spots too where it's like, that's what's up. Especially how he gave me the interview when we were there. You know, he said, pull up, and I got you with the interview. I was like, fuck, that's all I can ask for, you know?
That was a really good interview, too.
Hey, appreciate it.
Dope, man. He's a super dope dude as well, man. Just a unique, entertaining experience watching him perform, because, his tour had came before, too. And I remember you came out to that one as well, and that was just a really fun show, too.
Yeah.
It's always cool, like, for me to, like I said, just play my part in making these things a good experience for people that come out. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, because you're part of history. Because every single show that we're like seeing, you know, that's pretty big coming out to Sioux City, you're on the list there. You know what I mean? Saturday in the Park. Yeah. Tell me about Saturday in the Park, man. Because
man,
you ain't, you know, like, you've been on this music game for a while, and it seems like no matter what kind of events going on, they definitely consider Gifo for like a spot, you know?
Man, something I've been wanting to do for a few years now. You know, it's crazy because like where everything started for me, like I took a long break. I started recording, I think, when I was like 15. And, you know, I was pretty streaky with like releasing music, but I had like a few good songs, a few things I grew. And then I just kind of stopped in like 2017, 2018. And then, 2020, I was kind of getting back into things, like trying to release some music and kind of get back into the scene a little bit. And Syke hit me up after I dropped a couple songs, and he was like, hey, man, I got an open verse on this track. I'm going to send it to you. Let me know what you think. And as soon as I heard it, I was like, yo, I'm about to start writing right now. I wrote the verse in a few hours. You know, I put a few hours in right then and there, and then maybe like another hour later and just kind of cleaned it up. And it took a little bit. Eventually, we got our schedules lined up and went to the studio, and I laid it down, and kind of the rest is history. Like, you know, I laid the verse down. We ended up shooting a video with Honeywave Media. Shout out to Taylor. And he dropped it, and he was like, hey, man, I'm going to be playing Saturday in the Park. Do you want to perform the song with me?
Hey.
And I was like, hell no, I don't want to perform the song. I ain't fucking ready, dude. You know, I had done a couple shows during the run of time that I had been making music before, but not many, maybe like 3 or 4. And they were, you know, one of them was a really cool opportunity and a cool party, but for the most part, it was just like little rinky-dink promotions, things that just didn't go well. You know, I didn't respect the game. I wasn't rehearsing. I wasn't practicing. my heart wasn't in it. So obviously those experiences were shitty because I felt like shit afterwards because I knew I didn't really do my thing. And I felt so confident because, you know, I was good in the studio, but on the stage, I just couldn't do it. And that's kind of what got me out of it, low key. Like, you know, I had a show that was like just a bad performance by me. I felt super stupid afterwards. And so I just kind of stopped. And then, you know, he asked me and he was like, well, I have a show coming up at Whiskey Dick's before we can run through the song there.
Nice.
And I was like, okay, you know. So we did that, and it was packed. You know, it was a great show, and started getting nervous. You know, I'm like, man, there's a lot of people here. I don't know if I could do this. I don't know if I could do this. And he just threw me in the deep, and I just had to sink or swim, and I just did what I felt I could do, and it was a great experience because it just felt like, wow, like I just finally let go, you know? Like, I just let go of, like, caring what anybody thought or, like, you know, I was just like, I'm going to do my thing. Like, I killed this verse. Like, this is our song. Like, I'm up here with my friend. Like, I'm just let it go. You know what I mean? And then, like a week later, we played the Ave stage the year that Waka Flocka was there. And, it went good. You know what I mean? Like, I did my thing. I didn't fuck up or anything, you know, like that I thought I would do.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, I mean, the rest, he just kept giving me opportunities. Hey, man, I got a show in Minneapolis. You want to do a couple songs? Or, you know, just put me in good spots, man. I just continued to take shows, but take what was worth it, what made sense for me, what makes sense for my brand, what do I want to build. Like, I think one thing, if I could give anybody advice that's getting into it, like, just think about what you do. Think about those opportunities. What can it do for you, right? Like, are you benefiting people without getting anything back? Like, you know, and I don't want to sound bogus when I say that. Like, you know, that's not the only thing that motivates me. But, like, at this point, I think where I'm at, like, I want to do things that are intentional and, like, planned out, I guess. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I just started applying that, you know, like, okay, I'm going to take this show, I'm going to do this. And, you know, taking those good opportunities and making the most of them. And like I said, learning every time. Like, every time I do a performance of any kind, like, you know, correction of errors afterwards, or even if there's no errors, right? Like, even if it's a clean performance, like, okay, what could I have done better? What could I do? So I'm just always thinking about that. And yeah, I mean, it was dope as hell. Last year, another friend of mine got the Abe stage, Johnny Mars, and we did some Hometown Heroes songs up there. And, you know, just another opportunity to go up there and learn and, like, get familiar with it. And I got my chance this year, and I'm just super grateful to like Jason Ryder, Ebola. He's been a mentor to me for years. Always looked up to him and Mark with what they did with Dad, and just being willing to, like, put us younger dudes on game, like, and teach us the ropes, and, like, just be super cool. And that's been great. And I just appreciate him giving me the chance, and I appreciate everybody that's a part of making the festival. I mean, you know what I mean? It takes a lot of work to getting things set up, cleaning up afterwards, sound, to the people that are vendors. Like, I mean, yeah, it's a special experience. I mean, we have such a rare thing with that, you know what I mean? Like, a big free festival where you get to see, like, major artists and see a bunch of people. And yeah, I'm just super stoked, man.
And you get to show off your talents and shit. You know, I usually try to end these interviews off with, you know, give the people some advice. I think what you just gave, the little monologue you just gave right now.
Yeah, sorry, I was writing for
perfect. No, I'm like, I mean, that's exactly what this is for, you know? Like, I think that's what people want to hear from you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm not even going to ask that. So to end this off here, I got two different things to say. So to respond to what you were saying there, I got two things out of it. First thing is being a part of the art world, because, you know, I do my drawing and painting and shit, and that's kind of where I started, you know, with everything. Is like, I was an artist first, you know, before anything. Mm-hmm. And one thing that I believe that's in the art culture is a painting is never completely done. You can say, I'm proud of that, I'm going to leave it like that, but it can always have something extra. So, like, let's say we're drawing Mario. If you draw Mario, you can say, hey, I drew Mario, that's it. But you could also take that Mario and then add it. I'll put it right there. Damn. That shit overheated over there.
He asked me the last question.
Yeah. All right, so... yes. No, you should grab... Two things about what you just said there is what I want to, you know, say here. First thing is, coming from an artist background and being an artist first in this whole, like, creative field of things, not necessarily just being a filmer, director, things like that, just being an artist at heart. I think there's a thing that we say in, like, the artist kind of field, and it's that an art piece is never really done. And what I mean by that is, you can have, let's say you're drawing Mario, and you draw Mario out, and you could be like, all right, that's Mario there. Yeah, but there's always something that you can always add onto it. Whether it's on that specific Mario there, or it's adding, like, a landscape behind him, or just different things. It's always something you can add, and you can go on forever and ever and ever. Get a biggest canvas, you know, that you possibly can. So I translate that, and I refer to that in the field that we're in right now. And I'm not no, you know, rapper or anything like that, but I can see when you're making a song, you can always go back into it and be like, let me, you know, adjust that. Or when you're doing your performances and you're saying about, like, oh, let me go over the errors, even if you feel like there's no errors, there's always something, you know? Yes. So that's kind of what I got out of there, you know? But one other thing I wanted to ask you to end this all off is, we talk about planning things. Now you start to plan things more than you did before because you're wanting more success out of what you're doing. Right. The most potential you can possibly give that project, you're going to try to do it. From the previous times you performed at Saturday in the Park, what kind of things are you taking from those performances and applying to yourself now, getting ready for, now it's just Gifo?
For sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. I mean, I've learned so much, like, watching Psych, right? Like, just the way that he operates in preparation mode on the stage. So that first year, and really just, like, over the course of the last year and a half, 2 years, like I said, just watching and learning. There's a lot that I've picked up on. And as far as last year, I think I can point to one specific thing for sure, because with Psych, there's just so much, you know what I mean? And from that first year and just from everything we've done. But from Johnny's last year, I think that he did a great job with, like, getting the crowd involved, having things to keep the crowd engaged. So that's definitely something I want to try to do as well.
Yeah.
Just different elements, you know what I mean? Bring things to the table that are going to keep the audience focused and receptive, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've been practicing a lot with Christ and on my own. So, yeah, man, I think we got a great performance in store for everybody that comes, and I'm just really excited to share that and get it over with in a way. You know what I mean? And
yeah. And I'm glad that there's someone like you on the lineup, because you're not just going to be like, well, this is an opportunity, I'm going to show up. You know? I'm just going to show up the day of. Like, I'm glad that you're taking your time and you're trying to prep beforehand, because this means something to you. Like, putting on a show, if it's not even at Saturday in the Park, if it's just putting on a show for the audience that are there to see you, you're out here trying to do your best for them. And I think that's a respectable trait to have, you know, when you put your heart into your craft.
Yes, thank you.
And so to end this all off, man, you know how I said, like, I usually ask people, but, you know, I think we got it covered. So to end it off, man, follow your boy Gifo and everything. Check him out. Listen to his music. Check him out as just a person, because you have different, you know, interviews, podcasts that you have out here with me, with Villain. There's different things that, and shout out Villain, yo. But there's different things that you're out here doing that go beyond just the brand. And it's just like, you know, you're a respectable person out here in the world. So I fuck with that. I think your career is doing amazing right now. You're going to keep going, thriving, you know, and just, it's a marathon, man. Like Keaton Nip said, RIP. And with that being said, it's been the Nasty Collective with my man's here, Gifo.
Thanks, man. It's always fun.
And we out this piece, yo. Doses.